£40,000. They rolled the dice on high-priced products. And business is all about gambling, and it's a balance of knowing where to place your bet. You're going to have to go off, have a chat amongst yourself. You'll be back in here because one of you will be on your bike in a short while. Off you go.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
So where do you guys think where everything went wrong?
I think that it's quite obvious that it was the products that we chose.
Yeah, but why didn't you voice your opinion when I made...
Because you did it, like, you went...
I didn't go in and straight and shake their hand. I gave them the decision and they started talking about it. At that point, you could have said to me, it was like, no, I don't want to take that.
Yeah, but, I mean, at the end of the day, you should have known. We'd already spoken.
How am I meant to know if you don't tell me?
I think that Arjun is to blame because ultimately the decision of what products he chose was his.
When I put that offer on, why didn't you say, well, stop, don't say that?
Because you shook hands straight away.
No, I didn't. They were thinking about it.
You did.
They said
they agreed straight away because they wanted the bikes.
Emma especially is trying to blame me for this and the fact that I wasn't making the decisions, and then she's saying, but you didn't talk to us about making the decisions, and to be perfectly honest, I think she's going a bit crazy. And I think if she does carry it back into the boardroom, Lord Sugar's going to see straight through it.
OK, could you send them in, please?
Yes, Lord Sugar. Lord Sugar will see you now.
Let's talk about the selection of these products. I get a feeling that you were all, happy as Larry at the stuff that you had selected.
I was, I'll admit it. Because I thought it'd be easier to sell a volume sale of a smaller item than to get one big sale.
I thought that the products from both of the designers were strong, but as I said, I think the best strategy going into this task would be to implement the strategy of having one low-end product and then having one high-end product. But the other team wanted the bike, and there did need to be a negotiation. I think that was the problem.
I think you all felt that you did quite well in the negotiation, didn't you?
I kind of felt like Arjun didn't really talk to me and Zoe about the negotiation.
If they weren't happy with the offer I put forward, whilst they were talking within themselves, the other team, they could have said to me, we want that bike. We don't want to lose that bike.
On the selling front, do you think you created a good image going into an upmarket department store with a plastic carrier bag full of stuff?
Before we went in, I said, it looks totally unprofessional.
Why don't you do something about it then? Team that wins, no one gets... Fired. You're all there, you're all smart people. Bit of a joke, kind of walking in there as if you've just kind of stumbled out of a tip, really. Was there a reason why you did the second pitch, Arjun?
There was no specific reason. I just thought it'd be better to mix it up a little bit.
Do you think you did as good a job as Zoe?
Yeah, I think I did do as good a job as Zoe because...
They weren't pleased with the pitch. The feedback wasn't as good as the feedback about Zoe's pitch.
I'd done pitches previously and I thought I should take the opportunity to show that I can pitch as well.
Or was there another motive there, really, that Zoe normally takes over the pitching and you were kind of preparing yourself for this boardroom?
No, because if I was preparing myself for this boardroom, then I would have made myself do both pitches. If I wanted to shine more than
You might not have sold anything
else.
then.
Okay.
Emma, Karen reports to me that you were very abrupt with the designers.
I wouldn't say that I was abrupt because I think that the
Well,
sort
you was abrupt. I mean,
Sorry.
it's not whether you would say it. I mean, Karen said you was, and I believe what she tells me.
I think that in that sort of situation, it's really important that we got all the information that we could, and a lot of the designers weren't actually giving the information.
Emma, you were quite critical with the designers and quite direct, but you forgot to negotiate the prices and ask for the marketing information, and these things cut you down when you actually went to do your pitches.
When Zoe said to Arjun, do we need to negotiate? He said no.
Oh, it's Arjun again.
So,
Arjun,
no.
you know what, this is reminding me of a documentary with the, you know, the lion running after the zebra, you know, and, you know, you better run a bit faster here, mate, because I can tell you, you know what happens to the zebra in the end? Yeah, carry on.
I think that the fact that Arjun said we don't need to negotiate, not trying to sound blameful or anything. But
Emma, you're never hesitant to actually, out of all of the people that have been in this boardroom in the past 5 weeks, never hesitant to actually come out and actually place blame. It's becoming a bit of a habit. You didn't step in with the plastic bags, and you didn't step in now on price negotiation. It's about, I told Arjun. You know, and this is kind of what I've been getting for the last 5 weeks, to be honest with you. I told Arjun this, I told Fred that, I told Adam this, I told, you know, so-and-so that. Yeah?
Yeah, I admit I should have asked those questions, and I deeply regretted it because we look really stupid in the pictures.
I've got to collate in my mind what you've actually done yourself in these past 5 weeks, you know?
I shouldn't be solely blamed for a question which everyone should have been asking.
No, everyone should have been asking. Why didn't you ask the question, Zoe?
Yeah, I should have asked that. I asked Arjun whether we should... I'm not passing the blame. We're all responsible.
You've got two lions chasing you now. You are a forceful young lady. You must know that. I've observed over the past 5 weeks that, you know, you tend to want to take the helm. You've taken the helm a lot of times in pitching, and you've been quite good. But I'm not sure that you like authority.
I don't think that's true. I've worked in teams all my life. I think I work well in teams. All your life? And I think, in terms of the fact that I had feedback last week about I perhaps took it over, I did really try and take that on board this week, and I think I worked really well with the team.
I think she went from one extreme to the other in the fact that she was very dominating the last task, and this one, she had barely any input at all. So that's why when I was asking for input, I got barely anything from her.
You might not know this, and you might not recognise it, and it takes someone like, you know, Uncle Lord Sugar here to point out to you that you have this ability of rubbing people up the wrong way. And, you know, I'm afraid that is a bad trait in business. And it's kind of, I get the feeling it's my way or no other way.
I do admit that I am a strong character, and sometimes that can lead to me clashing, but I think I'm a quick learner, I'm a fast learner, and I take on what people say.
So a lot of learning goes on between the age of 17 and, say, 25, you know. Don't miss out on that, young lady. You've still got a lot to learn. Arjun, you actually, of the £1,100 that got taken, you sold £700 worth. So clearly, you know, when you were on your own, you can sell. Is that something? Was you trying to get away from the nagging wives or what?
No, I just thought that, to be perfectly honest, I didn't want Zoe on her own because, especially from the last task, I did see her as somewhat of a loose cannon.
Who do you think should go today?
I think Emma should go today because a lot of the last tasks have been about selling and about pitching, and she hasn't really excelled in doing either of those.
Same question to you, Emma.
Zoe, she can sell and she can pitch, but when it actually comes down to the business, she can't do it.
Zoe?
I think Arjun should go. I don't think he was the most dynamic leader. I don't think he led from the forefront, which is really important. And I don't think that he was decisive in his decisions. I feel that he was sitting on the fence and not willing to take risks.
Well, look, I'd like a few moments. So what I'd like you to do is to step outside one more time. And when you come back in, I will make a decision as to which one of you is leaving the process. OK?
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I think Zoe has some fantastic qualities, but unfortunately it's her attitude that lets her down in tasks. She can be very negative, and this really can impact the team dynamics.
My feeling is Arjun, logistics, maths and can sell. Emma appears only to have the business basics.
You see, funny, I got a different feeling about that. I mean, I really thought Emma was a contender. Tough, because we're in the 5th week, 1 week away from the final. But, well, let's call them in and we'll give them a last chance.
Hello?
OK, would you send them in again, please?
Yes, Lord Sugar. Lord Sugar's ready for you now.